The definition of craftsmanship goes as follows. It is the skill involved in making something beautiful or particularly impressive using your hands. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host, Subject151, coming to you guys with another video in my subject series. And on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about craftsmanship. And particularly, I'm going to be talking about things that you make with your hand. And it can range from anything, be it making bracelets, to making furniture, to making, I don't know, statues. It's just something that's always interested in me. And I'm going to tell you why, and just talk to you a little bit about it. So first, let's start off with why I like craftsmanship. Well, the reason why I like it is because you make it. Clearly. That's one of the main reasons why you want to get into craftsmanship, is because you make something. And I think that thing that you make always has a story behind it. Because something's going to go wrong. Whenever you try and do something, something's going to go wrong. You're going to mess up somewhere. You're going to make a mistake somewhere. You're going to mess a little bit up. And you're just going to know, hey, on this desk where there's that big, like, I don't know, splotch of glue that spilled, that was me messing up then. You'll have a story behind everything you make. And yeah, I just like that fact about it. So now, as I'm finishing high school, I'm in the last year of high school, if you don't know, it's time to get into a university. And as I have to get into a university, I'm faced with one problem. I want to go to a university and become a lot of things. I want to be a mathematician, a physicist. I'd also like to get into logistics and engineering, civil engineering in particular. But I also want to be a craftsman. I want to make stuff. Now, of course, I've been told my parents 1,000 times, go to college because it's better for you. And I know it's better for me. Being a craftsman and having that be your real job is practically impossible today. And not only is it impossible, but it'd be painstaking work, which, let's be real, none of us want to do painstaking work. We all want to just have fun and relax most of the time. That's just a fact. So in that, I've been thinking I'd go to a university, and maybe as a hobby, I'd be doing craftsmanship, and I'd be making things. But that's where I have my biggest dilemma with. You'll never be good at it. If you just do craftsmanship as a hobby, you can get really good at it. And I'm not saying you can't get really good at it, but you can only get, until you commit to something 100%, you can only get so good at it. It's like the same thing when you're just going out with a girl and you're just sort of meeting up, hanging out, making out, fucking, having fun. It's all cool and fun and nice until you fully commit. That's when the relationship actually becomes meaningful and actually means something. Because sure, you can be for a year, 2, 3 together with a girl. If you guys aren't officially in a relationship, dating or married or whatever, it doesn't really have much meaning behind it. What you're gonna say, I've been, a year with this girl, and we just have a sort of friends with benefits situation. No, that's really not. No one's gonna be like, "Whoa, dude, that's so cool." No, if you say, "Hey, I've been with the same girl for like, 5 years," someone's gonna be like, "Damn, Jesus, how do you last? How do you survive?" But yeah, that's the same with craftsmanship. I mean, you have to commit yourself simply to it, and I just don't know which job could work with it. I think in the end I'm gonna definitely pick a university over craftsmanship because it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. I think I'm just gonna stick to making little bracelets, and maybe I'll move forward in life and make some tables or some crappy chairs that'll break the first time I try and sit on them and then quit on the whole project. I might do that. I'll probably waste just a bunch of money on it and never do it again because that's that's me. Hopefully that won't happen actually. We'll see. We'll see. Another thing I'd really like to get into when it comes to craftsmanship is I'd like to make things for people. If you make things and give them as gifts, they're so much more valuable than just buying something. You see, when you buy something for someone, it's a gift, and they'll, depending on how practical it is, they'll use it. Uh, I Number one tip: don't ever get something to a person you love that they can consume. The things that you consume should be a side gift. Like you got them something, and then as a side gift, you got them a chocolate. Don't get them just a bunch of chocolates for a gift because they'll never remember it. If you get your, for example, girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or friend a gift that will last and that they'll use, it can be gloves, hat, um, a scarf, earphones, really high quality, hopefully, so they don't break, so they last, and things like that that last, they'll remember. oh yeah, this person got me them. They're so nice every time they use this thing, and they'll just benefit more from it. But if you make something for them, God, you might as well have just like cashed in a forever card. Because every time they sit down at that desk you made, or have coffee on that table you made, or use that glass you made, or something that you made yourself personally, they always think, ah, this person not only was willing to invest the time necessary for this, but risk injury, probably uh, uh, tire themselves with it. There's just so much more energy and more willpower that goes into making something than just buying something. Because when you buy something, you go out and you spend maybe an hour or two, maximum three, searching for something, and then you buy it, and then you say, all right, this is a good enough gift, let's get this. You buy it, you package it, and you give it, right? But if you go out there and you get materials, you search for the best ones, you buy them, then you've not only made a financial investment, you've made a emotional investment, because this thing you've made, you still made it, and you're still like, yeah, that's something I made, and I'm giving it to them. So you have an emotional investment, a financial investment, then you're making a time investment, then you're adding all these other elements. You're risking yourself getting injured, because remember, whenever you're making anything, be it woodworking, be it masonry, be it whatever, if you're working with glass, with stone, with steel, with whatever you're working with, there's always a chance of injury. You could burn yourself, you could cut yourself, you could fucking die. So you're taking a huge risk while making these things. Now, someone might be stupid like myself and say, well, you could die on the way to the mall to buy the gift. But that's not the same. Come on, let's be realistic. Anyways, so when you make something for someone and you give it to them, it's just on a completely different level than just buying them something. When you buy them something, sure, it's a very nice gift because you at least remembered, unlike other people, uh, but it's not the same. When you gift something to someone, when you say, look, I spent 3 days or 5 days or 3 weeks making this just for you, just so you could have it and enjoy it, I think that that's just amazing. Whenever someone's ever made something for me, I've always appreciated it way more than when someone buys me something. Someone could buy me a TV, which is a great gift. It's an amazing gift. The TVs are usually really expensive, and rarely do you get gifted TVs, and TVs are always useful. Or they could give me a monitor or a computer. That'd be all nice. But if they made me something, if they made me a glass, if they made me a table, if they made me something that they know how to make, and maybe even if they made me just something as average as a bracelet, or I don't know, some sort of I don't know, picture, like what are they called? Album. Just they made me an album. I would be so much happier and so much more satisfied with that, because I'd remember them every time I'd see that thing. I'd remember them, and if it's an album, every time I'd scroll through, I'd remember, hey, this was us. These are our memories, and then that's that person that made me that. Or whenever I'd use that glass they made me, or whenever I sat down at the table that made me, I think of them, and I think of how amazing of a friend or lover they are, and I don't know, those types of gifts are just to me so much more impressive than anything else. But yeah, I don't know. I think definitely craftsmanship of any shape or form will stay a hobby for me, because I simply don't like it as much as I do other jobs. And it's fun, but it's not as fun. You can't change the world as a craftsman. You can't fix the world's issues as a craftsman. You can fix someone's issue, but not the world's. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. I made it sound like I'm gonna change the world, which I most likely won't, but I'll try my damn hardest. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I think I'll keep you guys updated. This topic definitely needs a part two, on when I get into university and I'm in there for a couple of years, to see where I am standing with things that I make with my hands, if I continue making bracelets or if I step up my game to something cooler. Because I've always wanted to make glasses. That looks really cool. The way they make glass, and the way you could make a glass, it just looks really cool. You make them a glass and you put a special sticker with, I don't know, an old picture of you guys. That'd be so cool. Anyways, I'm gonna end this video right here, on this note, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, I hope you leave a like and subscribe, and join me tomorrow when I'll be talking about something else that I think of probably throughout the day, most likely in my shower, because that's when I spend the most time thinking about what I'm gonna do in these videos. Anyways, bye bye guys, have a nice day.